Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, and today it is time for some Dark Souls 2, a game I've been looking forward to for an extremely long time. I do not have an Xbox 360 anymore, so I had to wait a little bit extra for the PC, but I would say the wait has been worth it so far. I have played this game a little bit, enough to know that I am pretty terrible at directional sense, and went in a few wrong directions early. I've only played about 2 hours here, so while this is not a totally blind playthrough, it is going to be a playthrough where the game is still going to be pretty new and fresh to me. So you're going to see me struggle. You're going to see a lot of interesting things here. I did have a Dark Souls 1 series. Unfortunately, compatibility issues made it stop. But this is going to be kind of just a legit playthrough, paying attention to cutscenes, although I will have links to skip cutscenes if that's what you like to do. And otherwise, just playing through, enjoying the game, and dying a whole lot. I'm skilled at plenty of other games, but Dark Souls, for some reason, seems to have my number. So without further ado, let's hit the New Game button and get this started. Of course, we got to go through all the menus first.
Perhaps you've seen it. Maybe in a dream. A murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything. Once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish, time after time. For that is your fate, the fate of the cursed.
And here you are, there's Dark Souls, with the introduction, of course, getting a cameo from one of my dogs who's barking in her sleep, kind of. So you're welcome for that. There's original content on top of there. But this game, it's a little interesting to me because Dark Souls 1 started off with a long introduction that gave you a lot of background, but it didn't really hold your hand with the story from there. And from the looks of it, at least from what I played of Dark Souls 2 so far, is that it gives you some information, as I only look ghostly because I'm standing in front of somebody else who's in the same position I am. It kind of does the same thing, where it gives you a lot of story up front, a lot of background information and ideas establishing themes, but not too much else. But you can already see a few changes. First off, I'm not doing too hot here. If we just look at the player status, and I gotta hit the right buttons here, I'm pretty dead. I'm deprived. And you can see right away my health bar is lower than it could be or should be, which freaked me out at first. But as someone who did not play Demon Souls, because I've never had a PlayStation 3, that's just because I'm undead. So there's ways you can fix it later on in the game, I'm pretty sure. But we'll also just do a quick little bit of looking around here. I spent a good portion of my first time trying to play this game actually fighting this fellow that's up here. And you can kill him. He does drop something useful, I'm sure, and he's probably guarding something pretty useful. But yeah, big blubberbutt thing will kill you. And that's not the last time we'll see him. I just want to point that off to the side. So this game is not quite as open-ended as Dark Souls the first. You do have... I just want to say, you don't have a ton of alternate paths to go down, as we'll see. I did see a little shiny down here. Here we go. Small, smooth, silky stone. You'll have to apologize. I have to apologize for the mouse pointer. It just pops in there. Should really be able to remove it. But here we go. Just walking in my undead self into the only place you can go. So there's some things that are kind of linear. So we get more story sequence.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
And we'll just go with kind of a simple name here that I've used in other things in the past, just because that's what we're doing here. But I will say some people have made some complaints about the graphics in this game, or at least that it's not PS4 or Xbox One levels. I still do think it looks really nice, and on the PC you do get upgraded visuals, which is... Whoa, I thought I had that. Okay, let's try that again. Which you do get upgraded visuals, which is nice, and better textures, so that's all good. Asher, I am sure of that name.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
And this is just character creation, which I'll go over a little bit, but I will say the visual style of this, yes, it is Dark Souls, and it looks very Dark Souls, but it does remind me a lot somehow of Eternal Darkness, at least the way the characters are animated. I know it's a not Nintendo 64, although it was originally made in 64, but it is a GameCube game, so we're talking a few generations ago, but we'll get to that maybe a little bit later on. Maybe the most important choice, do I play as Deprived? I suck enough as is, and Deprived is really, really awful. Now, what I did in my Dark Souls play previously was play Bandit. And Bandits actually start with a little bit more stuff this time. You do have a hand axe instead of a battle axe. You do have a bow and arrow. And you do start with a pretty good amount of dex and not so much strength. Notice there is no Pyromancer here. So you don't get to start with Pyro immediately. Although you could start with spells. Start with healing. Or I'm not sure if that's the healing spell. I'm pretty sure it is. It's a blessing spell at least. But otherwise you have your melee characters. Your knights, your warrior, your swordsman. Just your different strength, your different classes, although I do find the swordsman interesting because it's more of a dual-wielding class. But I'm comfortable enough with the bandit, and you can change around all of this stuff before, so we'll do that. I'm not going to care too much about my appearance because armor is going to be changing that anyway. And there's not really a lot in terms of game-breaking stuff that you start with. All these items do certain things. There's not a ton to it. Some are pretty easy to find, some are not as easy to find. So I'm just going to go with the life ring. It slightly increases HP, and God knows I need an HP increase. So just a quick body change. There we go. Face. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be mostly behind a helmet, but we'll change the appearance here. Like so. Get the hair about like this. Just something not so neat, because you are undead, so... And we'll make it... I don't know, this is kind of like my Monster Hunter idea of creating characters. It's just... It's going to be under armor so much anyway, it doesn't really do too much to change it. We'll just go with dark hair. Full beard. Dark beard. Looking pretty good. Alright, now, advanced settings, not going to do too much. At least you can see the beard, but everything else is just kind of going to be its own thing. I'm not huge on character customization. Usually I'll just hit the random button until it's done, but I don't see a random button here unless I'm just completely missing it. So let's finish the creation. This is my true self, apparently.
All people come here for the same reason, to break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom.
But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You'll lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Now that's true. Even on camera, I'm going to die a lot, if my off-camera play is any indication. But there you go. There are your 3 crones, kind of. And I get all kinds of items here. And I do get a few things just because I did pre-order. Because typically you do not start off with a shield, but I am going to add a shield here. You can see they've changed a few things. I think probably the one I want to equip here, because this is all going to pretty much change my speed regardless, is the one that gives me the most physical defense and poise right now, which I can go through here and probably screw this up a little bit. I'm not going to get bleed defense, but we'll go with the yellow quartz shield for now. Oh wait, that's right. I can't use it because I don't have the stats, because that requires strength. I am playing bandit, so I have less strength here, so we're not going to go. That will go with the black flamestone parma. Works for me. Otherwise, there's a lot that's familiar in Dark Souls 2. Some that's not. Life Gem, which you'll be seeing me use. You don't get an Estus Flask to start out with, and we'll get to that later. You do have, however, a little item that will let you heal from time to time. I'm not going to use it yet, but it is a heal over time that you can move around. Of course, you can attack while it's going on, but we're going to do the usual pot smashing, breaking into stuff, Zelda, destroy the humanity by taking everything here. And look, we get a human effigy, which is one of the starting gifts. Human effigy is a item used to reverse hollowing or turn you into human, but we do have people to talk to. Specifically, I want to talk to this person.
This is a limbo. A link between Drangleic and the outer world. Fair traveller, I know that you must have a story. Why else would you visit such a place? This lost, decayed kingdom. My name is Millibeth.
Hi, Millibeth.
The old women were once fire keepers.
That's interesting.
I am here to look after them. It is what my mother did, and her mother before her, and so on.
Now that's interesting. There's a lot of speculation about just lore in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, and I haven't really spoiled Dark Souls 2 for me at all. But the Firekeepers in Dark Souls 1, if you may remember, one significant thing is that they didn't talk or wouldn't talk ever. And if we're talking about she's taking care of these women for generations, does that mean that this game takes place way later in Dark Souls 1?
The old women were keepers of the fire.
Don't know.
But now, the fire shows signs of fading. And the kingdom is beset by hollows.
So does that mean we're entering the Age of Dark? I don't know. I think she has one more thing
The
to
old
say.
women are sisters. I am told there was a fourth. Long ago, firekeepers were commonplace. But now they are lost, scattered to the winds.
That's interesting. But these will be coming back here later because this is a link between worlds kind of, and there's a lot of good stuff to be had here. But I kind of want to start getting into the game proper, and we are in the tutorial, and I just went the wrong way. Now I can go back and try and take on that ogre, but I promise you he's going to kill me. So let me just try and take him on anyway, just at least for funsies and amusement. Because what's a let's play if I'm not going to at least try to get myself killed a few times. Now I'm not going to heal, but first time I fought this guy, just like, ha, I can take him, and then he ate me. He literally gobbled me up, which apparently requires some effort to actually get hit by this guy. Now you'll see there's a lot of the same stuff in terms of combat. And the idea is that I want to get behind him, but there's just attacks that I can't block, and I just got falled on, which is not good. So I think I'm pretty screwed here. There we go. So see, I'm dead, and that was how I spent about my first 40 minutes of Dark Souls, because I could not figure out where I was supposed to go because my directional sense is lacking. Which is why I'm not doing a totally blind playthrough, because some of y'all would really be frustrated with me. Now, I do have a weapon. There's not too much more to explore out here, except for one little cranny that I found while looking around previously, if I can just remember where it was. There it is. Rusted coin. And that's an item that increases luck. I do remember currency items from Dark Souls 1. They don't do a lot, and there's little critters that, they don't attack me by themselves, but if I were to take them all on, they would beat the crap out of me. Now look at this as well. I'm human, kinda, but I died. And that's another thing that I've run into at this game, is that I'm a little dead, I'm a bandit. My health bar is full right now, so I guess I did use that human effigy that was given to me before. But if I keep dying, and inevitably I will keep dying, that health bar is going to go down to eventually half health. So you gotta be as careful as you can be. Shields up, kiddos, I guess you could say. But first bonfire, you do get your little tutorials that you can break stones. And there's some things that are similar about bonfires in Dark Souls, and there's some things that are different. And we'll start actually by grabbing one of the not as important as I expected items in the game, at least so far, which is a torch, which you can actually light at the bonfire. Who knew? But we won't have that out right now. Now, resting at the bonfire, notice what things are not here. You don't level up at the bonfire, but you can fast travel at the bonfire, which is nice. So we're at the things betwixt, and right now I don't have any other places I can go. No spells to attune. I can burn things like a human effigy and some other items that are available, and I can access my item box without having to buy things. Those are all nice. But right now we're going to go the correct direction, which took me far too long to get. Now we do have just some fog walls, and all of this stuff is kind of optional, but I do like to go through it. Just because it's some early souls or early excuses to get killed. So we have your little tutorial stages, and we have some hollow people. Just good old-fashioned early combat. Things to do here. Now I could have done a jump attack. There's a few items to be had throughout all this too. So Dashing's important. You can also jump in this game, and it's kind of a little more controlled. But unlike the tutorial in Dark Souls, because I'm having a lot of trouble hitting back attacks in Dark Souls 2. It's kind of automatic before, especially with the battle axe. But see, there's another ogre right there if I want to fight him. And I could actually get to there. There is the person to back attack. Sometimes locking on is not great for the back attack. But there we go. Got it. 253, and you get bonus souls for critical kills, just like before. But you can light torches, maybe, if I actually were to equip a torch, perhaps. Well, we'll figure that out later. But apparently you can equip a torch. And that's a thing that you can do. Oh well, we won't worry about it right now. But yeah, there's just a few little bonus items to collect. There's a dagger. I don't need a dagger because I got useful things here. So this is why I like having a shield. I'd have to roll out of the way otherwise with the bandit. We are going to get a few attacks here. There's a lot of nice little visual effects in the PC version that I like. It looks really nice. I have everything on max settings, even though I don't have a... I'm running on an i3 3220, and I'm able to record like this at max settings. So let's see. He's going to shoot an arrow at me. I could try and parry and riposte, but I'm not as confident in my Dark Souls skills as maybe I used to be. He's going to try. See, he shield broke me. So that's something I'm not used to enemies doing in this game. And I will say that yes, I even off camera embarrassed myself and died on the tutorial quite a few times, because yeah, I never say I'm the best player at anything, because I'm not. I'm good at some things, not great at others. But let's see here. Moving the camera will let you see that there's some stuff down there. But I'm not going to quite go down there yet. I can kick this ladder to get that later.
Give us smooth. Yes.
Give us smooth, give us silky, and let's see here. I did collect one item that is smooth and silky, and that's a small smooth and silky stone. How convenient. Now you can leave items on the ground like this, and they should be happy for me. I don't know. It looks like I have something else to pick up. Maybe. Oh, maybe if I actually... There we go.
So nice. So smooth. Yeah. Silky smooth.
Gotta love the voice acting in this game. And I got Crimson Water.
Give it smooth.
So if I come back here with more silky smooth stones, they'll give me more stuff. It's apparently random what they give you, but we're not going to climb down. We're going to jump down over here and hopefully not fall into the pit of despair, which is entirely possible. There's a lot of places you can die just falling off or rolling off. So Soul of a Nameless Soldier, you can use that for souls. Just like before. Next tutorial stage. Woo-doo-doo-doo. Here we go, entering the mist. And I'm just waiting for a boss behind all of these, and apparently I die so quickly that those aren't really an issue. But yeah, I guess I'm fighting other people that failed the tutorial stage because they went hollow. So Bandit is an interesting class. I kind of chose it because it does have a focus on melee fighting. Starts with a high base dex, so it can use bows early. But the more important thing to me is, first off, the more important thing is not to screw up rolling. Which I'm not. I'm using an Xbox 360 controller to play this, and I didn't die. Yay! And I said rolling, I meant jumping. So if you do keyboard, I bet it might be a little bit easier because there's a dedicated jump key and you can do all that. But right here, it's just while you're pressing the stick, push down on it. And I'm just not... I don't have those skills. I didn't do a lot of FPS stuff for like pressing L3 or click the stick for melee attacks. Because usually I was too busy puking things. Actually, I was a little disappointed. Dark Souls 3 gave me motion sickness too when I was playing it some last time. But I think that's because there was very little light and very herky-jerky. So dive attack is same as always. Sometimes better to not aim. But notice I didn't kill him immediately. But we are going to monster hunter this and not lock on. You'll see that I only lock on some of the times depending on the fight. Usually when I have my shield up, can do that. And also, Cracked Red Eye Orb does the same things before. Invasion, so I could technically invade people right now. Although I don't really want to. I am playing online. I'm going to be playing online this whole time. Because, I mean, if I get invaded, YOLO swag, I guess. Maybe that's what I should have named this character. No, but just one more little stop, and I just about died. I really just about fell down. Now, there are some ogres that I can potentially fight here, but I'm not going to do that. In fact, I'm probably just going to get killed in the first encounter, because that's typically what happens, especially when I'm getting arrowed. So we're going to let him fire on me one more time. Shields up. Now, shields are not perfect in Dark Souls. You can lose, yeah, I got shield broken there. That's one way to get your face busted. But let's see here. We do have to actually, in order to progress, dive down just a little bit. And that's actually kind of a deep fall, so I'm going to go ahead and get my axe out. Oh, I missed the dive bomb attack. So there we go. Go figure. And you're not dead on top of that, so that's a plus. Shields up. Because somebody's arrowing me up there, and that just comes from playing this and knowing, and well, actually got hit on the thing. That sucks a little bit. Unfortunately, once you get in melee range, most of these guys die pretty readily, so that's kind of a plus. Now this next area, entering the mist, is fun for a few reasons, because you're outside again, and remember, okay, well first off, you're about to get charged here. But like most mindless undead, he's kind of mindless and undead. Now there's an ogre there. And I thought, I can take on one ogre. There's also an ogre over here. And while I can fight them while hiding in the doorway, that's not what I'm going to do. I am just going to push down this tree. I'm not even going to bother with those guys. It's 2,000 souls. I can get those later. Maybe I can get them to die crossing this bridge. That'd be kind of... No, they run away. So they're smart little ogres. But yeah, they... I love the animation on them, as they're both going to come by and just say, hey, oh, I can't walk on that log. Are you going to try? No, they're not. And I did try shooting arrows at him. It does almost no damage. So that's pretty much the little tutorial stages. Didn't kill the little ogre bosses, but we'll see here, because now the tutorial's done. It's time to start the game proper. We are out of the things betwixt, and we are about to go into the world. And you can see we get all kinds of messages. Danger zone, happiness ahead, and just kind of the nice build-up. You can... One nice thing is that you can write messages right away here, just without having an orange soapstone, so you don't have to wait a little bit to do that. And I'm pretty sure upvoted messages still get humanity, but here we go. Here is the sunshine. And Majula, I think is how it's pronounced. Such a nice contrast to what you expect to see. Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls. Beautiful coastline. Looks really nice. I hope it translates on the video here. Just great scenery, great set pieces in this game overall. But, I mean, one thing that really stands out to me is there's a divine blessing here, and there is, I think, another... Yeah, there's another little secret down there, and I think it's down here. Yeah, pretty sure if I jump right here, I'm not going to die. Pretty sure. And maybe I should write a message up there that says secret here and get all the fat loots. Or all the fat, not humanity, that I'm going to squander at some point. But there we go. Morning Star. Can I equip? I don't think I have the strength to equip the Morning Star. Pretty sure I don't, actually. Nah, I need 15. Now I could dual wield it. But not going to bother with that. But also got a, if I want to use faith-based spells early, that's fine. Binoculars lets you zoom in on things. Yada yada. So, right away, interesting little ledge here is that you're a hero taking on things, but you can't even climb up a little tiny rock ledge. So it goes. I don't think I missed anything else there. But yeah, right away, first bonfire, and I want to show you something else nice. I think I already showed it to you once. Is that we can travel. You don't have to get through half the game to fast travel. And I think it actually saves your prior locations pretty well. Now, I will add that there's some nice NPCs to talk to. Important things to talk to is there's a lot of bloodstains here. I wonder how people keep dying. Because I'm playing online mode, so people are going to die. And one nod to people dying that I really enjoy is that there are 5,309,287 deaths worldwide. I have noticed they are keeping that nice and wide, and that number when I started playing last night was in the 3 millions. I know I've contributed a little bit to it, but let's see here. We can talk or we can touch bloodstain. Let's talk.
You're undead, aren't you?
Of course I'm undead.
You have that distinct scent. the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula.
Majula, okay.
It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drang Lake these days, there are very few places like that.
Well, I think that is a good enough point to stop here and say this is the start of what's going to be a longer series. We'll take a look out here and say, praise the sun. I will absolutely rate that up, because there is the wonderful sunset. We're standing next to the Death Tower. There's plenty of people to talk to. There's plenty to see. There's plenty to kill. But in the future, we're going to be traversing all of these lands and getting our asses kicked plenty of times. But this is Way to Fail with Dark Souls 2. There's going to be more of it in the days to come. I hope you all stick around and watch. It's more of a game that I'm not expecting to get zillions of views or anything. It's just more for funsies, and I appreciate it. If you all want to come along for the ride, or at least share your own playing experiences, as I know plenty of you are playing this game too, let me know how it's going and we can share our grief together. But that's it for now. See you next time.